In this video, I meet up with a friend for a high camp in a rather spectacular location, and I hadn't seen him for over a year. And in this video I'll be asking the question, where have you been and what have you been doing? Here's me at the start of the hike. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and I am halfway up the hill and I've got somebody who you might not have seen for a wee bit of time with me. It's Ray. So we're going up for a high camp tonight, aren't we, Ray?
We are, and it's the first time I've been out in about 7 months.
Yeah, you've been keeping a low profile, haven't you?
Been really busy with stuff at home, DIY and other things. So yeah, the first time I've been out in a long time, and it's looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a steep pool. This is the first time I've had a big backpack, and it's the first summit camp I've done since about, I think, November times, October last year. I can't remember. So anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful day, isn't it?
It's stunning.
Look at this, like, round. And see if you can recognise where we are. There's some famous hills over there and a famous hill over yonder. But we'll reveal all. We're going to head up. Going to try and find a wee loch-in just to sit and have some lunch, because neither of us have had any breakfast, and it's past lunchtime now, isn't it? So we will bring you back when we're stopping for a bite to eat and reveal more of where we are and what we're going to be doing and what have you. So yeah, we'll speak to you in a wee while. Shall we head on up?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Lovely. Don't get much water out of there though.
Nope.
Oh, right, we have stopped at this wee loch-in here, which could be a plan B. We might come down here and camp, but we're not sure. We'll see. I was going to be filling with water, but it's, well, I might be able to break through it. But anyway, it's getting cold. There's a bit of a breeze picking up, so get a layer on. And yeah, we're going to go and see. There's two tops to this hill. It's Ben Trelichan we're on, in the bottom of Glen Etive, at the top of Loch Etive. And the views are spectacular over to the hills of Glencoe. And we've come here, the reasoning for coming here is, one, it's a Corbett, so it's slightly lower, so there's less snow on the tops, which is fine. And two, there's an easterly breeze, so the west is best, and it's certainly showing to be that. You can see further inland that the clouds building. So anyway, let's get a wee bite to eat here, and I'll bring you back once we're further up. Right, we have been having a conflab, and Ray's made a very good suggestion of what about setting the tent up here, and so number of good points is we're not sure. I camped up here 10 years ago, and it was during a very, very dry spell, and I got a lovely flat, but I think it was actually a puddle. And from memory there is a lot of granite up there, so we're going to pitch the tents here. There's a water source, so I think there is water under there. And it might get windier the higher up we get. We're over 600 metres here, but the views here are just spectacular. So we're going to get the tents pitched up here, and then we'll probably take a donder up to the summit once we're settled into the tents, and we'll bring you back in a wee while. But for now, we're going to get the tents set up and hope that the pegs go into the nice, hard, frozen ground. Let's do it. As you can see, I've got the tent set up. It's lovely. You'll not see it on the camera, but behind me is that frozen wee puddle. I wouldn't quite call it a loch-in. But I tell you what, it's cold when you stop. Anyway, I've got a coffee on the go. And just to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, I have some pork sausage rolls. I do have Scotch eggs with me, but no pork pies or Scotch eggs this afternoon. It's a sausage roll I'm going to have. So anyway, so the plan of action, now that we've got the tents up, is to head up. There's two tops, and we'll head up possibly just before sunset to the summit, and then we'll come back down and get settled in. But it's going to be a cold night. It's cold at the moment. I've got my thermometer that my daughter gave me, so I'll do a check on that later on. But yeah, coffee's good. In fact, what I did for the coffee, I don't know if you can make out, I broke some ice up. Got a wee bit of water and put the ice in, and it melted quite nicely into into the jet boil. It was certainly a lot easier than putting snow in, because snow's kind of fluffy and has a lot of air in it, whereas ice is more compact, so it melted a lot easier. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. You'll probably see Ray's got his tent up behind me. That's Ben Starav, by the way, the mountain that you're seeing at the top of your picture, which is a fine, mighty mountain. And yeah, we're both settling in before heading up to the summit. So I'm going to have this sausage roll. I'll report back later on. Right, that's us finally. We've been chilling in the tent. As you saw, we had some coffee. Ray's tent's down there. What type of tent is it you've got?
It's Robin's Starlight 2, and it's an underrated tent. I like it. I've done some modifications to it though, because one of the key problems some people have is that the end poles are fixed in place. You can't take them out. So when you pack it up, it's really, it's just a pain to pack. So there was another guy on YouTube I watched. It shows you how to do it or make a modification to them so that you can actually take them out. And it means that you can pack it up a lot smaller and get in your rucksack easier.
That's why your rucksack's a bit smaller than mine.
Yeah, everyone's shoehorned in. Yeah, but so far so good. It's a great tent. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's a good tent for the money. I mean, you're talking maybe a couple £100, you'll get one. I found in really stormy weather it'd be fantastic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but anyway, we're set up. Ray's tent's over there. Mine's just over there. The sun's out over there, and we're out of the sun at the moment. So I'll spin you around and show you where we're going. I think this is the first top up yonder, but it's over the top of that and then down to the true summit. So let's get cracked on, and we'll report back when we're up the top. We'll go and generate some heat. It's bloody freezing. Let's move it. It certainly was blooming freezing, but it was a steep pull to get us onto the first summit's ridge, and we were kind of glad that we'd pitched the tents where we had pitched them, because it became pretty apparent that higher up the mountain there wasn't many, grassy spots. There was all these massive granite slabs, quite a unique feature actually, and lots of ice. But before long we were approaching the summit of the first top of Ben Trillican. Here we are. Nice one, Ray. This is lovely, isn't it?
it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, the light's just coming. Now you can see us here at the summit. This is the summit of this is above the Trillican slabs actually. There's famous rock climbs, and if you go way back into the archives, you can see a video of me and Jerry and George. I think it was called Spartan Slab. I'll put a link in the description below. But those slabs are directly below us, and it's a steep drop over there. But we are looking at the summit. I think it's probably about another hour away.
Yeah, we're pushing it. We're going to be pushing it.
I'm quite happy just to call it here. What do you think?
Yeah.
I've been up there and done it before. Plus it gives us an excuse to go back.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go to the true summit. We're going to sit here and just maybe get some photographs, because the light is just...
I think, I'm going to put my action camera on and do a bit of time lapse.
It's just stunning.
Especially with the light over here, it's absolutely fantastic.
I think we'll just be rushing if we try and get to that summit and back. And yeah, I'm quite happy just to get some shots here, take some photographs.
It is quite icy in spots as well, and you really need to take care. And you don't want to be trying to rush about and...
No.
Yeah. Better just setting the cameras up, have a bit of a blether, and just enjoy the views that we've got. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic all the way around.
Beautiful. And we're going to chat later on as well as to where you've been for the last year.
Yes. Why I disappeared.
Why you disappeared, but we'll keep the suspense for that till later on. Let's try and get some photographs while this light lasts, will we?
Yeah.
And
put this camera up.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to take my backpack off here, right? With the decision being made that we weren't going to trek on to the true summit of the hill, it was nice and relaxing, and the light came. It was just lovely. As you can see, the low light from the west was illuminating the mountains, and it was illuminating the slopes that we were on and highlighting just how unique they are with these patchworks of big granite slabs. I did a wee bit of research, and it's something called the Etive Granite Complex, but I'm not really too sure about how it was formed, if it's volcanic or what have you. Any geologists out there, please pop any comments down below. Anyway, we took lots of photographs. I hope you enjoy them. Oh, right, we have, I'm glad we didn't go and spend more time by going up to the other summit, because we've just been taking some pictures. I've got a new phone, it's an iPhone 15, so the pictures that you'll see will be mainly taken on that. Not sure if it's going to be any better than the old one, but the views over to Starav were just amazing. And the views down here, the light's gone, but you were getting some lovely dappled light. It's just lovely, it's just nice. There's a nice sort of sunset happening over towards Sunart and Moidart and these sorts of places. Just lovely. But anyway, it'll maybe take us 15-20 minutes to get down to the camp spot. We're at about 600 metres. This is just under 800, I think. So yeah, just have to be careful. There's lots of steep-sided slopes. In fact, the Trollocan slabs are just down there, like I mentioned. But the views are just out of this world. What a place. And it feels does feel kind of remote, although it's not technically remote. But anyway, let's get back to the campsite, and I'll bring you back later on once we're getting some food. What a place though. Right. With the light starting to fade and the dusk skies darkening, we headed the short distance back down to the campsite.
And then it's not sewn, it's bonded to the glue.
Should we go and get this fire started? Oh. With the stars out, we decided we'd get the wee fire pit going. It's a great wee thing, this. It keeps the fire off the ground and doesn't damage anything. So we got that set up, got our rum and whiskey ready to go, and basically had a blether to find out where the heck Ray had been for the last year. Oh, this is bro, isn't it?
Lovely.
And you're having, what have you got, some?
I've got my rum and coke, or, well, Pepsi and rum.
Pepsi and rum, and I've got my Singleton, which I have to give a shout out to Kevin. You know who you are, thank you so much for this. It's been enjoyed and it's warming us up. It's cold, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's cold and it's a full moon actually. It's actually quite nice. I'll maybe put some footage up of the surrounding mountains being illuminated, reminiscent of our time on in Glencoe on the north side when we saw the aliens,
The orbs,
the orbs over here.
The orbs.
Yeah, back to the time when you were doing a video a week. So, where have you been? What have you been doing? It's great to have you back, but we've missed you. Are you back for good or?
Yes. Well, you'll see.
Busy to see.
I've been busy. I've been trying to make plans for my future, as in retiring. Been doing stuff with the house, such as solar panels and the battery backup, and I needed to fit a new heating system, and then I had nothing but problems with my new car, this Audi of mine. So yeah, I've just been really, really busy. And then even last weekend, it was Andrew Park had asked me to go out, and then we had a big storm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the fences got blown down, so I've been fixing that. So it's just been constant stuff.
Yeah.
DIY or
Lots of
fixing
stuff to do.
things and trying to put things in place for the future, because my pension isn't the biggest. I would love to be able to retire early, like most people. Don't think it's going to happen, but I'm trying to mitigate things by, like the solar panels. While I'm working just now, I can afford to put the solar system in, and
you've done all this yourself as well, haven't you? I mean,
and then hopefully in the future, the saving in it and energy bills will help. Well, it might allow me to survive on a smaller pension.
I mean, it's amazing what you've done. I mean, as my wife will attest, I struggle to put a shelf up. I'm lucky if I actually clean the cars, whereas you've that car, even the cars you've had before, the amount of work you've done to them. And
I know, I should just buy a new car.
You should have a YouTube channel, I don't know, Ray's DIY or something like that. You're amazing at that as well.
I'd thought about that, but again, it's just the work involved, and at times, I'll be honest, I'm lazy. But, it would have been good, and I do regret it in a way.
Right.
Especially all the stuff I'd done on that Audi. It would have been more beneficial to others to, how did I fix this?
Yeah.
How did I do it?
Yeah.
And something I've always fixed cars since I was younger. and I had like Mark II Escorts and Capris and
Oh well.
I don't know, Paul
Showing your
Martin.
age now.
Yeah, all those kind of things. So those that are listening might relate.
Yeah.
But the generation now are not interested in fixing cars.
The thing is, they're all
You know.
it's all computers now, isn't it? You just plug a computer into them and
I know, but there's aspects that are still
doable.
like
Aye.
brake pads, just general service. And I mean, for me to service, I service the Audi there, and the time you buy the oil and the oil filter and the air filter and things like that, you're talking maybe £60-70,
Yeah.
and it'll take you a couple of hours to do it.
Yeah. You take it to the garage.
You take it to a garage, what, I don't
£300
know,
or £400
£500. So I don't know. I've just been brought up that way. It just 70s, 80s generation where we all fixed our cars and stuff like
I must
that.
admit, I used to do it. I don't do it as much now, but again, because I probably break it. But no, hopefully you are back, because I've missed you for your videos are fantastic. And have you felt? I don't know if you missed it or not really. I know you've been busy doing what you're saying you're doing, but is there anything you've missed from it?
I'll be honest. If a few people have asked me to come out, and I was working on stuff and I couldn't, and it just kind of fell with this trip.
Because you're almost going to knock me back as well, weren't you? Yeah.
I was genuinely going to say no.
Yeah.
I was really struggling to get motivated to come out.
And why are you here? Who are you going to thank?
My wife.
The wife.
Went,
get out!
Yeah, get out. Enough. Get out, yeah.
Yeah, so...
She knew that if I didn't get out today, there's a likelihood I would never be out again.
Really?
To be honest.
Yeah. You know what, it was a bit of a struggle, because I was the same. I've not been out, well, I've been out in the last few weeks, but I've not had a big backpack on for a while, and it was a struggle coming up there today. Yeah. It was tough going. But I think for me anyway, and I hope you feel the same, once we got up there and here, and even now, it's all worthwhile, isn't it?
Yeah. Once you get settled, it's good, but
it's getting
Speak
there.
for yourself. When I was coming up there, I thought I was going to die. I swear to God, I thought I was going to drop dead at points.
Please don't.
I mean, the last time I had a rucksack on and done a big walk was my Sky trip about 7 months ago.
Oh, right enough, yeah.
And
go and check out RS Outdoors, by the way. And it's in there.
The last time, I mean, honestly, even recently, I think the longest walk I've had was a supermarket car park. You know, it's... Yeah.
Well, we talked about it before. I know you can go to the gym and it does help, but I think the only way to be health fit is to be out in the hills.
Yeah.
It's very. You were saying, you're right in saying the steppers help, but I think just getting out in the hills helps. And it's nice. It's nice to be out. It's great to have you out for company as well, Ray.
No, it's good
lovely
to be back out, and honestly, it's always great to be out with yourself and others that I go with. It's just, I don't know. At times, I think it's just been that accumulation or. All the different things I've had to deal with or try and sort out, and
sometimes you've got to prioritise, haven't you?
Yeah. Life overtakes everything, so
brilliant.
But hopefully, come the next few months, I'll get everything finished off that I need to do, and then back to normal and get out a lot more. I had so many plans. I was wanting to do more bike packing as well. Lots of places I want to visit, just with the hill walking and wild camping. Some of the lesser known areas, and I were talking about it earlier as well, was just places with a little bit more historical context.
You were saying that adding a wee bit of history. I mean, it's fascinating, the histories that you've told me about as well. And
I've touched on a few videos I've done where I would be talking about the old settlements and things like that, and I do like the old history. I do like the. Yeah.
Watch his space for more.
We'll see what happens.
RS Outdoors. What was the old name of it again?
Renegades.
Renegades. I used to always call it, but it's great to have you back. So there you go. That's where Ray's been, and hopefully you'll be back. And likewise for me, because as I'm filming this, I've only had one video out since Christmas, and we're February now, so which is unlike me. But anyway, it's been good today. We're going to sit here and enjoy the rest of our rum and whiskey. We've got our usual snacks and unhealthy treats, and just enjoy the stars and chew the fat. It's been great.
Just blether.
So
until we can't cope anymore with the cold.
We'll retreat to the tent. So we'll bring you back later on. If not, we'll see you in the morning. Oh, get my gloves on. Good morning. It is after 8. Well, it's not, it's just before 8 actually, because the sunrise is due for 8 and it's not quite up. You can probably see behind me the band of Venus coming, which is always a nice sight. But yeah, it's cold. It's the wind actually. It's not overly windy, but the wind would cut through you. Slept okay. Sort of average sleep in the tent. Nothing really to report last night. But yeah, it was lovely. It was a great night. It's great to have Ray out with me. Great company. And yeah. Don't think we'll be doing too much this morning. I'm looking forward to that sun coming up because hopefully it'll warm us up with some heat. But for now, I'm just going to get the coffee on to have a coffee. I meant to say last night actually I had a new meal. I had a fire pot chili con carne, and I was actually really impressed by it. It was really it was really tasty, slightly different to my usual fare. So I might try and buy more of those. Maybe some for you to try out if you've not had them before. But I was quite impressed by them. But anyway, let's get the coffee on and I'll report back later on. So I got the coffee on and we just relaxed and watched the sunrise over the bulk of Ben Starav. Although it was freezing cold, it was a lovely morning and it was certainly great to be high in the mountain watching the sun rise over the mountains. Right, I've cleared about as much as I can from inside the tent, so now I need to just get all the frost off the outside of the tent and then break it down. But Ray's finished. Alright, Ray?
That's it.
Again, you're ahead of the game. I'm always up. I think the technical term for me packing up and putting the tents is fannying about. I've been lots of fannying about. But it's been great, isn't it?
It's been a really good trip. I was needing to get out because I was stuck in a rut where, to be honest, I'd lost my mojo, shall we say, and going out with somebody else, it helps just
get it back,
get back into the swing of it. So hopefully, I've got a few things I need to finish at home, stuff that I'm doing, but hopefully in the next few months, get back into a routine again and try and do a bit more footage and a bit more exploring. Get out and about. Yeah, it's good for the soul. It really is. It's good to get out.
I miss your videos. You're one of the YouTube channels that I watch all the time. RS Outdoors. Go and subscribe. But no, it's been a great trip. Don't be, disillusioned by the sunshine. It's a lovely morning, but I tell you what,
freezing. My hands are freezing. Yeah, it's cold.
It's cold. I had the wee temperature thing inside the tent this morning, and it was saying -1.5, and that was inside before I opened it up. So yeah, it's been a cold night, but it's winter, it's Scotland, and we'd be disappointed if we were standing here saying, oh, it's really mild. And
no, it's not.
Anyway, right, I think we'll finish the video here, so thanks very much for coming out with me, Ray, and it's been great catching up again. So great. Yeah, stay safe out there, guys, and I'll see you next week, hopefully, for another adventure. So we'll head back down to the warmth of the car.
Come on.
Let's do it.